Steven, how you doing, my friend? Oh my God, why does it still say Uncle Ray? Are you muted? You're muted, sir. Oh my God, I am a hot mess today, everyone.
We're learning. I'm learning.
No, dude, I've been doing this for over a year now. You'd think I had already learned. Holy shit.
There's my fingers. It's fine. I'm by day I'm a teacher, and this kind of stuff happened all the time with my students throughout the past year. So
I bet throughout the whole last year it was just madness.
It's crazy.
Reina,
there was by the way, there was a lot to unpack in that intro.
Yeah. Oh well, I know. There's a lot to unpack in life in general.
Well, I mean, first off, I love Jason.
I love Jason too.
Second, thanks for the very kind words about my band.
Oh, dude. Well, you know I love you guys.
Third, I'm surprised I'm remembering all this.
I don't even remember what I said. So, hey.
In regards to Dusty Hill, I just read a story about how the beard thing happened. Are you aware of that?
No, I can't. No, I was at one time. I'm a huge fan.
I just learned about it yesterday.
Okay, hold on, just one more second, Steve. I'm getting a gig here for tomorrow afternoon.
Got to make that money, bro.
Time. What did you ask me? I'm so sorry.
No, I was just the last point I was making is the point about
his beard.
The beard growth.
Yes,
the beard growth.
Yes. Go ahead.
So you're not familiar with it then?
At one time I was, but no. Please enlighten us all, because we have little Dusty here with us. Right here, we have just R.I.P. Dusty. And by the way, everybody, everyone's canceled except for Dusty. God damn it! All right. So, yeah. Anyways,
it's not that crazy of a story, but it's kind of coincidental, I guess, or serendipitous, I guess, depending on how you view it. But right after ZZ Top's first major tour, Billy Gibbons is guitar player, right? Billy Gibbons.
Yes, indeed.
So Billy Gibbons and Dusty Hill, they were away from each other. I think it was a 2-year thing for ZZ Top. They didn't get together for a while. Maybe it was a burnout kind of a thing. And Dusty Hill and Billy Gibbons came back to their first rehearsal, and it was oh shoot, man, your beard's kind of long, so is mine. And then they just went with it after that, except for the drummer. I can't remember his first name, but he has the last name Beard.
Frank Beard.
Frank Beard. Yeah, Frank Beard.
Yeah,
decided not
the
to
only
do that.
one without a beard, whose last name is Beard. Yeah, that was always fun. Well, that is not an exciting story. Send address. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm just fucking. I'm so sorry, everybody.
Note to self: don't tell boring stories on podcast speed.
Jimi Hendrix said that Billy Gibbons is the greatest guitar player he knew. I do remember that. I do recall that. Jimi Hendrix also was very high on drugs for a majority of his career. So, but I'm not gonna actually go against that, because I actually love Billy Gibbons as a guitarist.
He's great. Yeah,
just absolutely. That band is a very special band to me. And especially I don't know if you noticed, but bands like ZZ Top always seem to come to cities like Toledo all the time. I mean, did you ever get a chance to see them? They came here 50 times.
No.
I saw them. I've seen them several times. I've seen them with the Black Crowes. I've seen them with Leonard Skinner. I've seen them with who was the other one? There was oh man. Maybe it wasn't the Black Crowes. I think it was the Counting. No, maybe. Who fucking knows?
No way it's Counting Crows.
It's not the Counting Crows. It's not the Counting Crows. I think it was the Black Crowes.
Yeah.
Anyways. Oh, yeah, I know where that's at. Oh, I'm not talking. Jesus Christ. It was me. Yes, it was. Yeah, I'm going to close this, everybody. I'm going to close this conversation that I'm having with this mystery artist. His name is Asa Danikin. He's actually amazing. He's been on the show.
Yeah, he's a great musician.
But I'm going to end the conversation there, because we've solidified that I will be there. and that's it. So there it is. Okay. Anyways, yeah, everyone wants to go to Toledo. No one wants to go to Toledo, Cartagena. No one. I want what he's on. You know what, Bonnie? I am on a week. Like yesterday, I went to Cedar Point, which Stephen knows Cedar Point, and Steve is very familiar with Cedar Point. And I went there and I ate like probably like 3 to 400 milligrams of marijuana yesterday. Okay, so I am still struggle busting here. So I'm just letting y'all know that I had a good time yesterday. And I'm still a little fucked up from yesterday. Moving Dutchman, what's going on, buddy? I'm glad to see you here, bud. We're just struggling through this conversation about ZZ Top, everyone. That sounds like a good time. It was, Robbie. It was a very good time. I just, and doesn't remember a thing. Yeah, and poor Steven, by the way, is just sitting here like, yeah, I'm just sitting here. I'm here too.
Pay attention to me, man.
I know. Like, I'm just such a dick. I'm really curious, like, as a teacher, how you personally struggled with last year. What grade do you teach, by the way, too?
I teach 5th graders. By the way, thanks for potentially getting me fired with that edible story about Cedar Point, man. Thanks.
Oh, okay. You shouldn't be on podcast.
Totally kidding.
Well, I was gonna say some smart ass remark, alluding to the fact that I don't care. But by the way, I do care if you do get fired because I was talking about drugs on a podcast that you asked to come on.
No, you do you, man.
I'm just joking. These are all friends. Me and Steven are friendly. We know each other. We like each other. If we're all good, we don't hate each other.
No. But 5th grade though, 10-year-olds, man.
10-year-olds, yeah. So like, how was that? Like, I mean, first of all, how was that transition, and then how was like carrying on with that throughout the year? How was that for you? And like, what, like, just let's start there. How was it?
Well, the end of 2020 was school year wise,
Mm-hmm.
not year wise. So like, I think March is when it all kind of, I guess, hit the fan.
Yeah.
And like, that's when we were like, we're not in school anymore. We're thinking on our feet of how to like still reach these kids. And it was a lot of like mental health focus, I guess, if that makes sense. Like,
yeah, I remember.
You want to kind of make sure that these kids aren't freaking out, because it was a very unprecedented time, and which I hate that word because I heard it a billion times over the past year. So I'm kind of despising myself for saying that, but it was a little crazy to end the school year of 2020. And then summer was going on and we were like, what is the school year going to look like? And we kind of knew going into it, it was just going to be a kind of just all over the place, left, right, up, just changing directions, remotes, and there's hybrid plans and all this kind of stuff.
Right.
And I think we're a little more prepared for this past, 2020-21 school year. So it was definitely a lot harder. And I'm not the kind of person, I don't get really overwhelmed with my job too much. So I was still fine, but I know it affected people in my school, like teachers, colleagues, just because it was just a lot, Yeah. So we made it work, but it was.
I mean, my God,
Let me tell you this. I don't mean to interrupt you. The last thing I'll say is the thing that was the most inspiring of the whole thing was how resilient the kids were, and I don't think like you don't hear about it like on like news channels and things like that. We all hear like the negative aspects of COVID, but like what I got from it in a positive light is these 10-year-olds just were dealt the cards they were dealt, and they just ran with it, and they did amazing still, So that was the thing that I kind of took away from it was kids are resilient, and we shouldn't, we shouldn't worry about them too much because they can handle more than we think sometimes, I think,
Yeah. It's like a vagina. I mean, you think you got to be delicate with it, but you can just pound the shit out of it. It's good. Good.
Well, and they give birth, like,
and they also get ripped from A to P, and they still,
dude.
You know,
my wife had two. Like, I watched my wife give birth to 2 kids, and I'm telling you, man, we should have a Mother's Day every single month.
I agree.
Because that is absolutely nuts what they do.
Totally, dude. I mean,
it's amazing.
Their vaginas are the portal to the dimension of the unknown. You know, like the vagina like brings a soul to human form. Like the vagina is the life giver. And it tastes so sweet. But yeah, man, I agree. I agree that I think mothers should be given every fucking month. There should be, you know what we should do, honestly? What we should do is every woman should have a week off. And this can be optional. It's not mandatory, okay? Because, you know, there's some women out there who are just like, I got shit to do. But every month for a woman's monthly, they should just get the fucking week off. They should go red tent. Would be like, you know what? You bring life into this world. Now go and be in peace. Like just like be in peace. Like they should have their own. We should build them like a shrine that's within like this like temple that's on every property. You know, every family should come with like a temple, a red tent, if you will, and there's where they get to go, and it's all like womaned out. It has their sound bowls, it has their sage, it has their incense, and they're like dangly little floofy little curtains everywhere, and for a week no one bothers them. No one fucking asks them for anything. No one, Mommy, can you wipe my bum? Mommy, can you cook me some oatmeal? Mommy. And they don't have to deal with their husband's grabby, wandering hands or eye fucking stares. And they just get to be in this place for a week. And it's a paid thing, too. It's completely paid in full. And that's where they live. And every month, to show our appreciation to the life givers, we give them this. I don't know. You think I'm being ridiculous, Jason? Fucking misogynist. Right here. Ban this man. Ban him.
I didn't know Jason was a masseuse.
Jason is a masseuse. Yeah. He is.
Did you say masseuse or?
No, he's banned.
He's banned.
He's banned.
Oh, because he's a misogynist.
Oh, yeah.
You said masseuse.
No, he's a misogynist. Yeah.
I thought you said masseuse. I was gonna say like my back hurts, but yeah, he's canceled.
Jason's canceled. Jason, you've been canceled, except for Dusty, of course. Dusty will never be canceled.
No.
Yeah. So I don't know. I think it's a good idea. Step it up, man. Yeah, exactly. I think it's a good idea. 2 steps too far. Oh, you think so, Moving Dutchman? Canceled. Except for Dusty. Dusty will never be canceled. Moving Dutchman, you've been canceled. Dex! Sorry I yelled at you, Dex. I do it all the time. I like the idea. See? Dex, you're uncanceled. I don't think you were ever canceled. Yeah, I wanted to thank you both again for helping Emster. I am so happy that so many were able to help her. Absolutely. Fucking Emster was the shit. We love Marianne. Quit trying to send your wife off for... But listen, it's not like it's just a one-way street, because, I mean, men, let's be honest, when your wife is in those moments of frustration, sometimes things get frustrating, you know, like those moments where her body is turning on her for, you know, I shouldn't say turning on her, because a woman who is bleeding every month is a healthy woman. So I'm not going to say that their body's turning on them. But, you know, they get achy and that stuff sucks and blow and, you know, and headaches and you feel terrible. And so you get a little grumpy. So I'm thinking that this could also solve that week where men want to, you know, escape their women, which I'm not saying I do, but, you know, there's some evil men out there who do. It will help, you know, solve that monthly quarrel. Okay, I'm gonna stop talking about this because I think I'm getting into shitty territories. Tell us some challenges on teaching 5th graders. Dex wants to know. Thank you, Dex. Great segue. So please tell us some challenges, especially over Zoom. How was that?
I mean, it was what you probably would expect. Or maybe you wouldn't expect it if you don't have a child who's in school. Right. It was kind of one of those things where it was like the hardest part was making it seem normal because there was no way it was going to be. Mm-hmm. Like we started our school year, the first week of school on Zoom, it was Google Meet, but same thing. Mm-hmm. And, because you have like 20 plus kids in your class, they all have to be on mute. Right. Yeah. So otherwise it's just, feedback and you can't hear anything. So the conversation about, Bobby, can you please mute your mic? That happens a lot. Yeah. But the problem with them all being muted is I'm trying to be this exciting, inspiring kind of a teacher where they're going to enjoy their time. And I'm trying, the beginning of the year starts and you want to grab their attention. Right. So you try to be humorous and engaging. And sometimes it's hard, like when you say things and everyone's on mute. So it's like, you don't really get a reaction. It's like, are they giggling? Are they, whatever. It completely erases a typical classroom environment. Classroom environments for me that are productive are ones that's just really quick engagement of me asking a question that inspires them maybe, and then someone responds and another kid responds to that. And then I tell a joke and everyone laughs. And then another kid says something funny and they laugh. And like, that doesn't happen on the computer because people are all muted. So it's the immediacy and the authentic responses are kind of non-existent, which sucks. So that's like the number one downfall and probably the biggest challenge is just the environment. The warm environment is not there.
Yeah, that warm. Yeah, it's been replaced by this sterile computer thing that's in there. That it was tough, man. You know what? Like when it all went down, we ended up because there was that. Did your school system? Did they offer a like non-Zoom option as well? Like where it's like you could just like the parents took it all into their control and they didn't have to show up to meetings and stuff?
No.
Oh, wow. Our school district led us and we decided like that was amazing. Go ahead, please.
Wait. What do you mean? Like they just for
so like
meetings or what?
For last year, they give us options. So we could attend school through Zoom and do it like that, or we could do a program that was set up that they brought in that was managed completely by the parents. And so, and then there was a teacher that sort of went over that work. So there was like one teacher assigned to like, it was like 200 students at one time who are doing this, like, where it's just like completely, it's basically it is homeschooling. It is homeschooling through the district, basically.
Gotcha.
And we really found it to be super helpful. I mean, like he tried doing some of those Zoom things and man, it just did not work. And then for some kids, I think it's just not for them, like, was there any cases where you're like, this is just not work? Like Bobby's it's just not working for Bobby, or were you able to find a rhythm eventually? I mean, I can't imagine everybody was on board the whole time, but how dare you move?
Yeah, I mean, just like in many aspects of life, I mean, the kids excelled and some kids are resilient and will excel and like they did great in remote and they did great when we were on hybrid learning, which was like essentially half capacity,
right?
A few days a week. And some kid, it just kind of depended on the kid, some kids like struggled and couldn't get stuff done and whatever. But yeah, we don't have to keep talking about teaching. And I introduced myself as a teacher.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do, Stephen.
Who needs Cactus Jack stuff, right? I mean, come on.
Yeah, well, I mean, children are important. And, like as a parent, you're a parent, I'm a parent, like how did you from a parental standpoint, I don't know how old your kids are, but how was it? How did you see it for the remote learning and the Zoom? How did you think that how did it work out for you or family and your kids?
Well, so my kids are a little younger.
Okay.
You have one kid? Is that
I have
right?
one. He's 7.
Yeah. So mine are 4 and 2.
Oh, okay. So
And so still a little young.
Yeah.
My wife was, she works for a pharmaceutical company, so she's always been like essential.
Mm-hmm.
So like her life was never really changed by it because she always just had to keep going to work. And I would say we probably would have sent my 4-year-old to preschool last fall, but because it was a crazy world, we were just like, we do enough with him. Let's not force it, and we'll start him up next year. So he started like a summer program this summer. So he's kind of on track with that. I would say the biggest thing is just not seeing people. So it's like they were just kind of around each other for a full year and around me, which is probably a lot to handle.
Well, there was something that my wife brought up that I thought was a really good point. It was like, with these kids and, kids are constantly learning. They're constantly learning social cues. They're constantly learning how to act, interact. And the fact that they sort of covered up half the face, I'm just wondering how much that is going to stunt the kids. And, maybe it doesn't at all, but like how many like young children are going to have sort of a skewed idea of social interaction. Catasaurus, what's going on? Dude, what's up, Cat? Thank you for being here, friend. Hey, thank you for that sub. I really appreciate that. 6 months. My goodness, what's going on, Cat? Hold on, you got
Welcome to We Speak English Good TV. I'm your announcer, Sir Ian McKellen. Now, please, put your hands together for your host with the most, Mike E.P.
Do you guys like that that someone subbed and I made it all about me? Moving Dutchman had requested a melodica solo, plus it just gave me 100 biddies. And this is for the last awesome broadcast, never seen better couple performance. Hey, thanks a lot, Moving Dutchman. And you missed it, but I was thanking everybody for coming through. We smashed our goal. We got over $350 or something like that. My goal is 200, and you guys came through and smashed it. So thank you guys so much. You too, Moving Dutchman. Do we owe you live? I think we owe you a song. Maybe we might owe you a song. There's a couple people we owe a song that we'll pay for. We'll get you guys on Reina's stream either tomorrow, probably tomorrow, which I can't speak for Reina because I don't know. So we'll get it done. No pressure, I said. Well, now there's pressure. Okay. Cathosaurus, thank you for being here. Thank you for that sub. I really appreciate it. I'm going to do this a melodica solo, and then we'll get back to did the mass stunt our children's growth? Did they? All right, hold on. I'll do this real quick. It's not going to be a huge one, Moon Dutchman. All right, here we go. Here it comes. It's going to happen. There you go, Moving Dutchman. Oh, God. There. And then I blew your ears off with the air horn. So there you go. So much feeling. Thank you, Moving Dutchman. I appreciate that. I do think my son's hitting terrible twos a bit late because of this. It was hard. He wasn't around many other kids for almost a year. Yeah, so when you think about it, kids were secluded. Kids couldn't see faces. What kind of effects do you think that? I mean, especially as someone who works with kids and someone who probably had to deal with a lot of. I'm gonna turn off that emote wall, everybody. love you guys, but I'm going to turn it off. How do you think it affects people, our children, Stephen?
Well, I mean, the 10-year-olds for me, like the first day of school that they came in. So we started remote learning like for the first week of school back in August or last August. And after that, it was the kids came in, and it was really, really kind of surreal, but just weird. Like seeing kids in the first day and like having masks on. So the biggest thing is like, you kind of like don't know, as a teacher, at least from my perspective, like I don't know what all of them look like, So it's like, I just remember the first almost half of the year, like when they would take their masks off to eat like their snack or whatever. It's like, you'd see a kid and you'd be like, that's not what I thought you looked like. Like, and it was so strange because like, you know what I mean? Like, know them as a person and you talk to them all day, but then you just don't see, from here down.
Yeah.
So I don't know about the permanent repercussions of it, to be honest. I'm of the mindset where if something happens, unless it's for the individual super traumatic, which every human being is going to respond to this past year differently.
So wait, hold on. So it's not super traumatic to like shut down your whole life and cover your face with a mask and not and be told not to talk or touch anyone, and that if you go outside you're gonna die. That's not traumatic enough, Stephen?
No. I mean, some kids still took it. Their parents maybe didn't add as much gravity to the scenario that was perceived by the mass public, I guess, is what I mean. Mm-hmm. Does that make sense?
Kind of. I mean,
so I guess, so what I mean is clearly there's a lot of restrictions put on the kids, but their parents were likely trying to keep things as relatively normal as possible. So sure, they weren't able to see their friends as much, but I think as time went on, like it maybe was really bad for a few months, but I think most people, even if they took things seriously and still wore masks, they still were doing stuff. If they wore a mask, to be honest, I don't think wearing a mask is that traumatic of a thing for a kid. I mean, but again, like I said, it's a person by person thing.
Right.
So for a kid maybe who has autism, that might have been a bigger deal than a kid who, is just your typical 10-year-old or whatever. So.
Oh, Marianne, thank you so much for that, host. I appreciate that. Thank you. And good to see you. And by the way, Marianne, I'll talk to you off air. We'll talk to you off air.
Talk to you, Marianne.
We'll talk to you, Marianne. There's no reason to talk business over live. Let's talk business, Marianne. Anyways. I don't know. I just thought it was an interesting point. There's so much in development with children. There's so much that they're learning. There's so much that they're taking in those early years of development that, I don't know. It does seem like there could be something, but again, I like how you said it. Kids are resilient as shit. Like kids have bounce back. I mean, have you ever like accidentally stepped on a little kid? I mean, they just like come right back. They just, like leave a little dent in their head and it just pops right back out. So it's cool. It's all good. You don't have to worry about kids. We're transposing into Business Boy Summer with Money Mike. Business Boy Summer. That's right. If anybody here doesn't know, Robbie, thank you so much for that, host. I appreciate it. If anybody here doesn't know, you can ask questions by using fresh bars, which are our channel points. It's only one fresh bar, so it's very affordable. So, Stephen, Jason wants to know, what's your musical background? Which I think we kind of already covered this in the first time you were on, but I guess Jason missed it, so here we go. Say it again, Stephen.
Well, I think in all fairness, though, to Jason, there was, I think, all 4 Cactus Jack members on that first time. And now we have Hank, who plays keys. So, like,
wait, was Hank, did Hank play with the other band?
Bacano?
Yes, thank you. Was that him?
Yeah, that was him.
Oh, okay, cool. Wait a second. Hold on. Why did Hank quit that band and join your band? I thought.
Because Riley threatened all the members of Bacano that he was going to beat them all up, and they said, "Okay, Riley, you're a grizzly man. We're going to give you Hank, so you don't beat us up."
So take us.
We took him, and Hank was not happy about it for a while, but he settled in.
Yeah, well, people get used to it. People get accustomed to the new way of life. Just like children. People can be resilient. And also, Jason wants you to know that he works with half of Cactus Jack. So
it's true. Well, I mean, Jason's bad at math, but it would be like 40% or 2/5 of Cactus Jack. But whatever, Jason.
Yeah, Jason's bad at math. Great songwriter. Terrible mathematician.
So bad at math.
I'm so out of words after this weekend. What a huge music and love festival we had. Thank you so much for being a part of it, everybody. You know what, Marianne? Thank you for inviting me. First of all, I was so honored that someone invited me. My goodness, I was surprised, but and then I was also surprised that Reina agreed to do it with me. So I'm just joking, Marianne. We had a great time, and much love to you and to yours. I hope that this money helps in all the ways that it can. So much love. Riley gonna hit them with a yoga pose. Yeah, I'm at 40%. Autocorrect. Autocorrect be fucking people up though, for real. Yeah. So anyways, now you have Hank, who you threatened with violence to steal from Bacano. Anyway, I'll do tour taxes next year. Okay, perfect. You and Reina are my fam. Oh, likewise, Marianne. Likewise. Mwah. Mwah. Hold on. Let me get this in here. Hold on. Mwah. Mwah. Sorry, Dusty's here too. Hold on. Mwah. Rest in peace, you angel. And you too. Love you, Marianne. There you go. So please indulge us with Stephan Mizer's history of music.
It's a pretty heavy question, though, Jason. I mean, like how deep do we want to go?
How deep do we go with this one?
How many inches, Jason? How many inches deep? Can you respond quickly to let me know how?
I think. No, I don't know how to say that without sounding stupid. This is my type of podcast. We're all over the map. Yeah, I know, Robbie. You know what? This is what happens when I have like friends on friends. Like there's just like too many friends in here. So so now it's turned into like we're standing outside the venue like making jokes before we play. So now it's this. Please, 3 inches is a good size, right? Yeah, it is.
All right.
It's perfect. It's perfect size for Stephan.
Should I just do like surface level?
No. Just we're talking here, man. It's a conversation. We could do however you want. So, what did you start with? What was the first instrument?
Well, so because you have, multiple times blatantly tagged my dad and stuff.
Movie Dutchman, thank you for gifting that sub to Jason Tyler Black. Even though he doesn't deserve it. No, he does. Thank you, Movie Dutchman. I appreciate it. Jason, is customary to thank people who gift you a sub. Just letting you know. Jason's still getting used to the Twitch mannerisms here. Mannerisms? I don't fucking do it. I'm fried. But anyways, yeah, you go ahead, my friend. I know I'm gonna go ahead and turn off these alerts as well. There you go.
Yeah, so like my dad also named Steve Mizer, which is why, you call me Steve. I think most of my friends call me either Steve or Mizer. My family calls me Stephan. Yeah, so it's kind of confusing, but anyway, it doesn't really matter. The reason I go by Stephan sometimes is because his name is Steve. So we get like multiple people friend request me on Facebook, and him meaning to request the other. Whatever. It's been a pain. That's why I didn't name my first son Stephen the Third, because I was like, it's already so confusing.
He does not need that in his Facebook career. He does not need that. Yeah.
So my dad is my earliest influence because he, is a musician himself, an amazing piano player. He started on drums when he was a younger gentleman, in his teens or whatever, and switched to piano, I don't know, late teens, early 20s, and just ran with it. And he's got an amazing voice and he's an amazing songwriter. And I grew up just hearing him play all the time, and him also just playing music that, probably at the time I had no idea what I was listening to, but I just remember Beatles, maybe some Jimi Hendrix, They Might Be Giants he would put on for us because they were kind of accessible for kids because they're just kind of quirky. But like he's obsessed with Steely Dan and
who isn't?
Whatever.
Who isn't obsessed with Steely Dan? I mean,
of course. So
I fucking love Steely Dan. I really do.
I really do too. We could go on another hour-long tangent about Steely Dan, but
Fair enough.
We'll spare the listeners.
I don't think they'll mind. They love Steely
So-
Dan. Please,
Yeah,
I'm
exactly.
sorry. I'm interrupting. Please.
No, you're not. You're not. So it was him, and then because I just knew he was obsessed with music, that inspired me. But like I think it's kind of built inside of you if you're somebody who accepts music to a deeper level than just like flipping on the radio kind of a thing. Like I think musicians we all have it in us. It's something, if you're not a musician and you're not playing music on stage with somebody, you don't get that aspect of music, but it lends itself to just discovering stuff. So like as a kid, like I remember like I was obsessed with Michael Jackson when I was really young. And then 5th grade, I got like really obsessed with Metallica. And then like junior high was like, that was when like Blink 182 and Green Day and Lit and like things like that were
lit.
Those bands were like big. So it was like into that kind of stuff, like just rock. Red Hot Chili Peppers were kind of probably around that time. I was obsessed with them. And then like high school was more Red Hot Chili Peppers, 311, but then like still listening to stuff my dad would suggest. College was more of like, I'm starting to deep dive into some older albums that I've never listened to before, certain Beatles albums. And that was kind of like when Beatles became one of my favorite bands of all time. Tom Petty, still 311 at that point. And sorry, somebody's calling me, which is very annoying.
How dare you?
This is the problem with doing it on your phone.
Yeah. And plus,
So anyway,
who calls people anymore? Psychopaths?
I know. It's so weird. Yeah. So it's just kind of like a variety of music. And then I was just always kind of just playing drums in my house. I guess that was kind of the point of the question, not just what I'm listening to. Playing drums in my house. We had a drum kit, my dad's old red Sparkle Slingerland kit that I used to play. Kind of taught myself drums.
Oh, dope!
And
He had the red Sparkle.
He still has it, man. It's
Dude,
in pristine condition.
I had the silver Sparkle Slingerland.
Nice.
That was my first kit. Nice.
I need to buy a Sparkle kit because I have an affinity for it.
Dude, Sparkle kits are so fucking awesome. My one friend had a clear plastic blue kit that he just took. It was like his Tommy Chong, like from Up in Smoke, at the end where he has those big ass drumsticks. And he's like, it's like this huge 70s type big ass, like just plastic fucking just gaudy, from the 70s, just like ridiculous, but it sounds so good if you're trying to capture that sound of the 70s, so I don't know, it has its place. All those kits have their place, but please continue.
Yeah, so I just started playing music with people and nothing serious for a while, but then like probably high school I started like learning a little bit of guitar. College a little more guitar, and started writing songs. I've always been like a lyricist. I think that's kind of been like my thing. I think lyricist and vocalist are probably my actual best attributes. I think my best instrument is probably drums, but like I think singing and writing words is what I'm, to be earnest here, like probably my best attribute that I provide to Cactus Jack,
Yeah, you're a great singer. You're a great singer.
Thank you.
would you consider yourself, or does the band consider you like the lead singer, or is there a lead singer at all, or is that not really a thing?
I would say it's probably myself and Riley. Mainly because we're the two that probably write the most on our own. When we write songs as a band, usually like I end up just kind of grabbing the bull by the horns and like write the words and start coming up with melody. Maybe in that case, it's probably because I play drums and I'm not worried about like a guitar part to do. And I can just, here's my cool drum groove. I'm going to start trying to think of a melody to do over this. That's probably why that comes into effect. But like, I mean, Hank, our keyboard player, has been starting to write more stuff, which we do a couple, or at least do one of his songs right now. But he's bringing more to the table, and John sings one original. So,
yeah.
But so, yeah, I mean, I guess it's, if we were to say like lead sing, we don't have a lead singer per se, but Riley and I would sing the lion's share of our songs.
In a split over royalties, who would take the most?
It's a good question, because I think like, let's say like right now, all of a sudden, like we got signed by Capitol Records, and they were going to give us millions of dollars, and like our music was going to start going out. I think we would probably just keep it all Cactus Jack. I don't know. I could picture Riley being a little greedy, to be honest. I hope he's not here.
Son of a
Is he
bitch.
Not here. He's not here. The reason I'm going to say this,
his back is turned.
Riley,
we can talk about him.
I know Riley's schedule. Riley's not going to listen to this. We're good.
Yeah, he's at work, right?
He's probably at work, but he's going to get home and he's going to like read for 2 hours and then cook some veggie. He's going to saute some veggies, and then he's going to like watch an episode of Dave, and then maybe read it for 30 more minutes and then go to bed. He's not going to watch this, unfortunately.
No, that's okay. Most of our friends will not. It's fine.
Yeah. So Riley, I think, would probably say, "Oh, yeah, whatever."
It's me.
But like, in terms of like the songs that we sing, they're either Riley songs, my songs, or songs we kind of wrote as a group based off of somebody's idea. That typically, I think, almost all of those ones are songs that I wrote the words and melody to. And then we have that one Hank Walker original.
Hank Walker. What a great name, by the way. Hank Walker.
Great name.
Like, it sounds like it should be the name of like a brown liquor or something, or like it's like some rugged guy, like a rugged actor guy. Hank Walker, Texas.
So he's
Walker.
always got a toothpick in his mouth.
Yeah, he's always smoking Marlboro Reds or vapes because he's trying to watch his health. I'm trying to watch my health. So I will not stop. Okay. Yeah. So that was I think that's a brief thing. So you never did any like high school marching band type stuff. It's all been a self-taught, or whatever you gleaned off of your amazing father. Yeah,
actually, I was where I grew up. So this is actually referencing your intro video.
Right. Because
you're right. I grew up in Sylvania, which I mean is essentially Toledo, but I grew up in Sylvania.
It's Toledo.
And live in Toledo now. And I played, so like fifth grade year, you decide in Sylvania, what instrument are you going to play, if any? And at the time, I was already starting to teach myself drums. So like I look back on it as like I was ambitious, but I was also a little silly. I should have just said, I already know how to play drums. I'm going to become a drummer in the marching band. But I was like, I already know how to play drums. I'm going to learn something new. And maybe that's just the creative aspect of me.
That's cool.
I picked up the trombone. So I played trombone for 6th, 7th, and 8th grade. I was I would say pretty consistently second chair trombone, occasionally first. Sometimes I would say about my 8th grade year, I was like solid second or third chair. But like high school came around and I was like, I just want to play like, rock me. I don't want to be in the marching band. I played football at the time, as you can tell by my insanely large biceps. I mean,
fucking
it's just,
swole,
whatever.
So swole. So swole. Put those guns
So
away,
swole.
bro. This is a gun-free zone.
Yeah, this is a triple for the viewers at home. This is a triple XL,
Mm-hmm.
and it's that tight. That's just to show you.
Just,
I mean,
look at that.
whoop.
Oh,
See, like my muscles just hit the screen.
He's so muscular that the muscles fucking took.
We're good.
This is what we're subjecting people to. There's live people watching right now. Let's see. Let's cover some of these questions. And okay, I'm not asking that question, Jason, but maybe I will. Okay, so this first question is from Bonnie. This is questions from the chat. What were the last 3 songs that you listened to? Ooh, I like that. I like that question.
I love questions like this.
Because you can never remember the answers.
So He's Gone by Grateful Dead.
Is that He's Gone?
He's gone.
Never gonna bring him back.
Yeah. So that one. I'm a huge. I'm a pretty big John Mayer fan. And my 4-year-old is even bigger John Mayer fan than me. So like I drive him to preschool. It's like a summer preschool 2 days a week. And he, every single time we get in the car, is put on John Mayer. So
just like anything by John Mayer or like a song?
He likes pretty much everything, but the newest album that John Mayer just came out with called Sob Rock, he's obsessed with. So his favorite, which is probably the last one I listened to, is I think it was probably one of his singles, Last Train Home Last Train Home by John Mayer. That would be probably number 2.
Wait, that's the second song that you've listened to, or are you giving us your top 3 faves?
Oh, am I doing favorites or am I doing the last 3?
The last 3 that you listened to. And Bonnie wants you to pull up the fucking Spotify. She's like, pull up Spotify.
Yeah, so the last, I'm not talking about favorites.
You're talking about, okay.
I'm saying, so it was He's Gone by Grateful Dead.
Okay.
It was Last Train Home by John Mayer.
Okay.
And I'm just trying to go off of my memory. It was probably, I guess I Just Feel Like by John Mayer as well, because my son's obsessed. And
dude, John Mayer. So we got 1 Dead and 2 John Mayer. That's a great segue for me to talk about how I'm going to see John Mayer and the Grateful Dead next year in Chicago. Hey.
Ooh, jelly.
Hey. Hold on. Yeah, that works too. That works too. Thank you, Nature Boy. Yeah, well, that's pretty good. This is fun, Bonnie. I want to know the last 3 that I listened to. Hold on, let me see. How do you do that?
Yeah. Oh, did you actually look? I didn't look it up.
I'm gonna look.
Trying to go memory. You should. Yeah.
I am. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it.
I totally would have done it if I didn't have really shitty internet connection here in Toledo, Ohio, and I'd use my phone,
bro.
The data on my phone,
bro. Fucking Detroit. 5G, fucking Cleveland, 5G, Columbus, 5G, Sandusky, Ohio, 5G, Toledo, Ohio, 4G.
Can I ask you a question? So you did like 3, and then for 4, you went to the thumb instead of going to the pinky. Why'd you do that?
I don't know. Did I do that? I don't know.
Yeah, you were like,
I'm telling you.
You were like, Detroit, Chicago, and then you were like, blah, 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 Sandusky. Why not just go 4, you have 5, and then you go 6?
I'm fucking barbecued from yesterday, son. Like, I swear to God, I woke up this morning like, I woke up on the couch. I was just like, what? Where am I? What's happening? What? Dude, all I know is that there was like a huge mess. I made hot dogs and eggs, like, and Olive Garden. It's a mess everywhere. It's like old Olive Garden, eggs, and like literally a hot dog scrambler. That's what I went for last night. and some soda cans. It was just disgusting. Like that's what I did before bed, and that's the last thing I remember. So
some heartburn probably.
Well, I have pills for that, so there's a pill for everything. There's a pill for everything. Okay, Bonnie's naming her last three. Oh, everyone's naming their last three. I love it. Toledo's still working on telegrams in the city and smoke signals. Thank you, Papa Sweet, for real. For real. Penny, that is so funny what you said to Jason. About the trombone. Okay, Bonnie's last three are Little Mermaid, Part of Your World, Goody Mob, Soul Food, and Tony Braxton, He Wasn't Man Enough. Ooh, Moving Dutchman. It's cheering that on.
Can I ask a question real quick?
Sure.
Keep reading?
Please.
So I would argue that a top 10 90s song is Tony Braxton, Unbreak My Heart.
Unbreak my heart. Dude, that song is incredible. Yeah, I would say
you love me again.
Oh, dude, you're absolutely right. I would say
that's a great song.
I would say so. I would say that is at least. I mean, you can't. It's such a good song. Gosh darn, you really got me there. How do I?
What's the girl's name who says she listened to Tony? I want to give her props.
Your lady friend Bonnie.
Yeah. Props than Tony Braxton, but jam out to some Unbreak My Heart.
Unbreak my heart. Or my version, Unbreak My Fart.
Can JT and the Conspiracy do a Unbreak My Fart cover, please?
If JT will learn it, I always bring JT some new songs. He's like, they don't have to learn the words. I was like, okay, never mind. Will do. It'll be the next one I listen to.
Classic hippie. Can't remember the words.
I don't know. I wrote it. I remember. Was that your Jason impression? I don't know what that was.
I'm Jason. I play guitar. Sing songs.
Oh, he probably walked away. Oh, no, he's laughing. He's laughing. I'm glad he's laughing and he's not like, hey, fuck you guys. That's fucked up.
I'm going to kick your ass at next Cactus Jack show.
I'm going to
beat you up, man.
And then I'll steal your keyboardist and replace mine. Okay. I have to know what the last three things I listened to, and how do you find that out? How do you find out what?
Just go back in your day. Like, what do you don't remember? Like,
can I push backwards?
In your brain? So, I'm just asking you to think in your head.
Like, oh, God damn it. How dare you? Okay. Screw you, Mike. Okay, thank you, Jason. That's better. Okay, so first of all, Prince came out with a new album, posthumously came out with a new album. Most of it is not that great. Sorry, Prince. But there is a great song that I've been listening to that is absolutely incredible off the new album. There is a few good songs on here. This is the problem with releasing songs posthumously with artists. Like, it's like, what is it like? There's a reason why they didn't release the shit. There's a reason why they didn't just shove it all in there. Penny, we're going to get to your question in a second. We're going to get to everyone's question in a second. But we're doing this now. Hold on. And someone else put something in there too. I think Robbie did. But so the last song I listened to was Born to Die off of Welcome to America, Prince's last album that was released through his people or whatever. And then what did I listen to? I listened to I think I just listened to the album. So the last three songs were just the new album. So that's easy. Oh my God. How much time could we have saved if you would have just said, use your brain, Mike. Just think about it. Don't be a stupid. Well, I just wanted like accuracy, I'm an insomniac Twitch addict. I usually dog walk to random play. My random will piss off anyone in for songs. Ancient Hank Williams to opera. Dude, I love Hank too. I love old Hank. There's a tear in my beer 'cause I'm crying for you, dear. You'll be on my lonesome mind. Do you remember that song, Stephen? You remember that song?
I don't. No, I don't.
You remember
Elijah? I haven't listened to much Hank.
You don't remember Elijah? Or you don't remember There's a Hole in My Bucket? Come on, man. Where are you at?
Oh, there's a hole in your bucket, dear Elijah, dear Elijah.
No,
that one.
You got that all messed up. I think you got a bunch of classics.
That's like a summer camp song. Sorry.
Yeah, Bonnie. Look, Bonnie thinks that's great because it keeps it interesting and when you never know what's going to play next. Okay, let's get to some of these questions here because 13 minutes is a long time to ask a question, just for it to be looked over. So here we go. Last artist just dropped. Wait a second. Last artist you just dropped was Tom Petty. What's your favorite artist? Tom Petty is very important in my life. Thank you, Penny. Yeah. So who's your favorite artist? Penny wants to know. This is by the way, this is a very easy question for a musician.
Can you give me like a 1-sentence response as to why that is an easy question? just one sentence before I answer mine.
It's not an easy question. It's not an easy
Okay,
question.
so you're being sarcastic?
Yes, I am being very sarcastic.
Okay,
it's
sorry.
Don't apologize. I'm the asshole here.
No, so there's a lot of ways I can go with this. I would say I like to try to lean because I think so much of our society relishes in older bands and artists. I usually, when people ask me like, who's your favorite musician, I usually try to give someone currently making music. Mm-hmm. Can you ask Penny? Can you ask Penny? Can I give my 3 favorites?
I bet Penny.
Can I do 3?
I bet Penny would be just okay with that. But Penny, you can let us know.
I'll rank them. I'll rank them for Penny, so she can still get my number 1. So, not including any obviously I love the Beatles and Tom Petty and Grateful Dead are some of my favorites. I would say number 1 would be My Morning Jacket. I'm obsessed with them. Jim James is an amazing songwriter. So they're a great band. They write great songs. Their albums are cohesive, just amazing. I would say number 2, John Mayer. Because I think he writes great songs. He writes poppy songs.
They're great poppy songs, though.
But his poppy songs have some amazing chords in them. They're not like any other poppy song out there. I think he gets a bad rap from like musicians like Mike and I would typically. A lot of people in my band even like dismiss. Like I've gotten in arguments with my band members about like John Mayer, right. John especially. If John's watching,
fuck John Mayer.
They all agree that he's good, but they can't all like vibe out to him.
But
I just think he writes.
But what did they do?
Songs.
What did they do when they found out he was playing with the dead? Did they implode? Like, did they mentally just like crumble?
It was more so like I want to say it was like I think John probably would have said something like this was like, oh, the Fare Thee Well shows in Chicago and California where Trey was playing. Trey really captured Jerry, but John Mayer, he does a pretty good job. But like that's like the bullshit that I have to deal with. And then can I give you my third? So my third for Penny is a band called King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard from Australia. They just are some of the best musicians in the world. So
King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard. It comes right up. What kind of music is this?
Dude, so they've released like in their 8 years of existence, like 18 albums or something crazy. Like one year they released like 5 albums in 1 year. And it's not like they're just writing like BS, like really quick off the top of your head shit. Like they're writing stuff that is super complex and polyrhythmic and weird chord progressions. And they're just amazing. I will, after the show, I'm going to send you some stuff, Mike, because if you've never listened to them, you'll really like them. But they're some of the most talented people. They have like every album. Some of the albums have like a theme. Like one they did like microtones. So like a lot of like Middle Eastern music and, Asian, essentially Eastern music has microtones. So like it, you think of like your guitar neck, right? You go up like a step and then half steps and like, things like that. Mm-hmm. And like the stuff that they did, they literally built their own guitars and basses and changed the fret lengths so they could play these microtones, right?
Dang, that's tight.
Yeah, and they did like another album that was like,
I think, and just for anybody who is still a little bit iffy on what microtone is, think about like Indian music and think about like and think about like sitar music, because like sitars have these like really big frets on them that allow you to bend and hit these notes that aren't in traditional Western music. Traditional Western music is very limited to. I feel like it's very limited in emotion. I mean, there's a ton of emotion that you can get out of Western music, but I feel like there's that in between emotion, that shit that's not just sad or happy. You know, like that shit lives like in the ancient rhythms and the ancient microtones coming from like ancient, India and I mean, all in that Middle Eastern stuff. So just sort of bring it home for anybody who might be still a little confused. Yeah, I'm sorry, Moving Dutchman. I did not set that up. So let me get Cactus Jack's information for you guys so you can follow up. But please continue. I'm sorry, Steven. I just stepped all over you.
No. Like that was, I feel like you explained that a little bit. I mean, I'm just a drummer, man. I hit things with sticks,
just
man.
A drummer, sir.
I'm like a caveman. Like you play instruments with, fingerings and whatever.
But you also can do that as well. So don't.
Yeah, I mean,
stop acting brand new, sir. But please continue.
I mean, I gave my top 3. You going to elaborate on King Gizzard
more? Well, I thought you still were talking more about King Gizzard.
Well, no, I was going to say one thing. Like, so they have a bunch of like themed type albums. They're very concept heavy.
Sweet.
They've done like acoustic albums like that are exceptionally poppy. They've done stuff that is inspired by Southeastern Asia. The album of theirs that I think is the most impressive, it's not my favorite of theirs, but I think it's the most impressive of theirs, is an album called Nonagon Infinity. So every song on the album, there's like, I don't know, 9 to 10 songs maybe. And every song on the album kind of flows into each other, or flows into the next one, I guess. And it kind of revisits maybe certain melodies and things like that. But if you put the album on repeat, it would just keep going. Oh, shit. Sorry. Am I good?
No.
I'm not good.
Yeah, I mean, now you are.
You're good now. I got so excited, dude. King Gizzard just gets me excited.
Gets you going, baby.
Just give me a second. This is the problem of using a cell phone.
I know, man. It's all good. I appreciate you helping us out here, man.
Okay, so now I'm off centered.
It's okay. I can kind of help you.
Okay, so before I just ruin my story, I'll just keep it super short now.
You're all good, man.
The album, if you press play and you have it on repeat, the last song flows into the first song. So it's called Nonagon Infinity because the album will just keep going and going and going and going, which I think is like a brilliant thing. That
absolutely that idea, because it's like never ending. It's forever, right? It's
never ending.
Like that. That's beautiful. Absolutely.
It's inspiring that people like, they're essentially like our age, Mike. Like,
wow.
And they're doing stuff that's just very creative and different, and they can write poppy songs and weird proggy songs and metals.
Sweet.
They did an entire like thrash metal album, which was, I've never been like a thrash metal fan, but I listened to that album. It was like one of my favorite albums of the year because it was just done so well. Anyway, thanks, Penny, for the question.
But you know what? Glow Stick has that hippie metal thing, and like I love I have an affinity for metal. But like it's gone. It's not as strong as it was when I was a young man, So like, or younger man. I'm not trying to say I'm an old person, but I'm fucking almost 40 here, folks. I'm not.
Are you almost 40? What's the age?
I'm 38, son.
I just turned 34 on Friday.
Well, there you go. We're
feels good. It's better than the alternative.
What, going backwards like Benjamin Button?
No, you can't go backwards.
Oh, what's the alternative?
I don't think Benjamin Button goes backwards. I think he ages backwards. I don't think he goes backwards.
Oh, okay. Well, if we're splitting hairs here. We're splitting hairs here. In any case, no, the King Gizzard, are they what kind of circuits do they run in? Like, do they run in like the jam circuits? Like, if they're gonna play a festival, what kind of festival would they play?
Kinda like I know a lot of like, because I know like Trey from Fish, he's an advocate of like sharing new bands, and like he's shared, like I like the band Dr. Dog, like he shared Dr. Dog stuff before. He shared King Gizzard stuff before. So like I think a lot of like jam bandy people like King Gizzard because they do jam a little bit, but their music is very complex. So I think people that but it's also accessible. So people that just like music, live music, will go in there. So they're kind of like in the indie scene, but also jammy scene, but also like if you're like rock kind of like music, they're in that scene. Like maybe that's what they're doing very well right now, because they are just kind of multifaceted, I guess, with their skills.
Right. Yeah. It's funny is like what you would think that like when these prog guys, you know, they could fit in any genre anywhere, but what ends up happening is that it's you see like it's hard for them to get placed in certain boxes, and people just want boxes, right? It's like I just want something in a box, and well, most people and then they just it's hard to like sell that for whatever reason. I mean, you know, like Yes and Rush and these are some really proggy bands that, you know, really made you know, big headlines and made it to the top or whatever that is now. But you know, like but how many other prog rock bands have made it into the pop sphere, you know, like into the mainstream sphere? So
Kansas.
Kansas. And that's, I mean, how long ago was that? It's like
long time ago, yeah.
You know, wait, who's that band that had that one song that was a hit? And they're kind of a proggy band. Who's that? Portugal the Man.
Oh yeah.
They're kind of proggy, and they had like a mainstream thing, but that was like, you know, that was a few years ago, and they're not really that proggy. So it is like this weird thing where it's hard to like package these bands who are everywhere all the time, and they end up just having sort of these huge underground things. Like, God damn it, where are those notifications coming from? It's pissing me off. But like the Mars Volta, like, I don't know. Have you ever heard of the Mars Volta?
Yeah, I've seen them. I saw them live. They opened for the Chili Peppers when I was like a sophomore in college.
Yeah, they did do that. I forgot.
Amazing.
I think my buddy went to that same concert in Detroit. Was that at the Palace?
I went in Columbus, I think.
Columbus. The Palace. I still call it the Palace. I'm sold.
The Palace at Auburn Hills.
I'm sold. Oh my God! I saw Portugal during the last pregnancy. Could be considered Zach's first band. Yo, I love Portugal the band. They're fucking
dude. I went through a phase where I would have considered them a top 5 band for me.
I would say that too. The one
I didn't love their last album. Their last album, didn't love it, but I love their music. They're great.
They're just so prolific, you know. They're constantly just putting out material. Like they just don't stop.
Live shows are great because they treat it like a jam band where it's actually, I saw an interview where like one of the dudes in the band said they treat it like they're like a DJ where they try to just keep it. The hits just keep coming.
Keep the hits going. Hell
just
yeah.
Banging them out. Boom, boom.
Keep it going, baby. Yeah, for sure though. I mean, that's one way to do it. Fuck it. The album that I really absolutely just fell in love with, which I don't know, Waiter You Vultures is like probably my favorite band by those guys. Like that album just fucking for me was like, that was like my time in Southern California as a young man, just running around the beach, fucking drunk and high on drugs and life, and jamming this in my shitty little iPod that you had to like hook to your computer and load with MP3s like a loser. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, they're great. They're absolutely great.
I like In the Mountain in the Cloud. That was like their big like one of their breakthroughs. But
is that the one with that one song on it that like made it onto the radio and stuff? Can't remember the name.
Are you talking about Feel It Still?
I guess I don't know.
Are you talking about the one that goes doon doon?
Yeah,
doon, doon, doon. Yeah, that's like 2 after In the Mountain in the Cloud.
Gotcha.
In the Mountain in the Cloud has like So American, Sleep Forever. I don't know if you know those songs. Anyway, we don't have to talk about Portugal the Man anymore.
No, I love the band. I mean, obviously you see how much I love them. I only know one album by them. I love them greatly and deeply. Thank you, Mighty, for subbing Robbie. Mighty. Thank you for that sub. We appreciate you. Love you. Anyways, there was what pirated from LimeWire, I'm sure. Yeah. No, I was what was the other one? It was after LimeWire was when you could start pirating the big files. What was those called? What was that? Something. BitTorrents. Torrents. Not Napster. A little after Napster. I used to go BitTorrent and just download like fucking gigs. Yeah. Just downloading torrents, baby. I was an asshole. Still am kind of. But I pay for my music now. All right, we got more questions here. Pirate Bay. Yeah, son. Pirate Bay for real. Yeah. Did you use Pirate Bay, Stephan? Do you want to publicly admit that you're stealing music?
Pirate Bay, no. I used Napster at some point. I'm sure LimeWire.
Yeah.
At one point, but no, not Pirate Bay.
You didn't get that deep, huh? Okay. Jason wants to know if you've ever played a rusty trombone. I didn't know if I was going to ask you that question, but I did.
No, I kept my trombone pretty dry, so it didn't. So the metal on the trombone didn't get rusty. So no. Thanks for being concerned over the condition of the trombone that I owned in junior high, Jason. Yeah, I was a junior high kid, Jason.
Oh, right. All right. Robbie, I think I missed your top three. Sorry. I wanted to name your top three, but we got all mixed up here. Yeah.
Like 311? Oh, we were all mixed up. We didn't know what to do.
No.
We got all Robbie's questions and we went poo-poo. Sorry.
What's your favorite all-time professional wrestler?
Ooh, who asked that?
Jason.
Is it
Cactus Jack?
Can you ask Jason, can I give my Mount Rushmore? Because that's like the pro wrestling, like that's like the thing people do in pro wrestling.
Sure.
My Mount Rushmore of pro wrestlers would be Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Oh.
Do we have a graphic coming up?
No.
Or...
No. No. Okay. Do we have a graphic ready?
Well, I heard like, and I was like, okay, he's getting the graphic up, and it's going to be
we can. Shit.
So Stone Cold Steve Austin. It's going to be The Undertaker.
Ooh.
It's going to be Edge. You know Edge? No?
No, I don't know Edge. That must be after my time. I'm bringing you back here.
So there's Stone Cold. God, what an amazing performer that guy was.
Perfect performer.
So we had Stone Cold, Undertaker, Edge, and I would probably say tied between like Shawn Michaels. Yeah, let's just say Shawn Michaels probably is number 4.
Shawn Michaels. Now, was he the one who died, or was that his brother?
No.
Or
see, look at Edge right there. Not the short hair Edge, long hair Edge.
Long hair Edge. Look at that.
No, you're thinking of Owen Hart. Who was Bret Hart's brother.
Hart. Yes, thank you.
Yeah,
thank you. You're thinking of Owen Hart. Hey, Wild But Sober, welcome in. Good to see you, buddy. Yeah, Edge, and then of course, if you guys don't know who the Undertaker is.
Oh yeah.
Oh, we'll get to Cactus Jack too.
I was gonna say Mick Foley because I actually genuinely love Mick Foley.
Dude, Mick Foley's incredible too. Like, what an amazing performer! What an amazing showman! Like
one of my favorites. Yeah,
and like the extent that he would take his antics to, with the blood and like when he was Mankind, like he was really
good characters, good on the microphone. He was a badass.
Let's pull up Cactus Jack just because.
You're probably going to get some Travis Scott shoes, which we get tagged in those a lot nowadays. We're probably going to be like slapped with a lawsuit one of these days, either by Mick Foley or by Travis Scott. So
look at this guy. Look at this genius. Look at this fucking genius right here. Look at this guy. He doesn't give a fuck.
God, so cool.
You don't care. You don't give a shit if he gets hurt. He's out here for the people, folks. He's out here for the people.
He wants to get hurt.
He wants it. I want to put on a show for my fans. Yeah. You got a lot of made emotes of wrestlers. What do you got? You got the champ taker. You guys made emo wrestling. Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna go ahead and say it. I mean, Nature Boy is one of my favorite, obviously.
Woo!
Obviously. Hold on. Obviously. Wait. Oh, wait, we're in the wrong thing. Never mind. We can't do it. I thought you were saying McFoley. Now I'm hungry. He is still doing stuff. Yeah, Mick Foley. I thought Mick Foley was doing I thought he had a podcast or something, or he was doing something cool. Like that.
He's a really good writer.
Yes, he's a writer. He's a writer. That's
anyone
right.
who's watching this right now that likes to read some of his books. They're really funny. Really funny.
Okay, Undertaker, Hogan, and The Rock. Okay, Robbie likes The Rock. Hulk Hogan, Ric Flair, The Rock,
those are all good.
And The Undertaker. Nice. How you doing, Wild So? I'm doing okay. I'm a little burnt out. I ate a lot of edibles over the weekend, and now my brain isn't working all that. Andre the Giant. Holy shit! How can you forget about Andre the Giant? Let's put Yokozuna. Oh shit! Now you're going. Now hold on. Let's pull. What's the what we're gonna look at? Not Yokozuna. We'll pull up Yokozuna. Andre the Giant.
Yokozuna. There's no M.
Oh my god, I'm an asshole. Oh, I was just reading Pizza Jam. Why you got me over here sounding like an asshole? How you doing, Pizza Jam?
Yokozuna was portrayed as a Japanese guy, but he's actually Samoan.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, he's actually a member. I think he's a member of. Jason can back me up on this. I think he's a member of like the Rock's family.
That's kind of dope.
I think. Don't quote me, but I'm pretty sure he's in that group.
Is this true, Jason? We want to know. That's it. My bad. You're good, Pizza J. I'm just joking. Thinking of Dave Foley from Kids in the Hall. Dude, Dave Foley's amazing too. I love Dave Foley.
Is Dave Foley here right now?
No, that would be awesome. No, Bonnie brought up Dave Foley from Kids in the Hall, which is...
I love him.
Yeah, I love Kids in the Hall. You darn Canadians can be so funny. Damn. Yeah, Andre was the original superstar. What? No, that's not what we asked you. Yokozuna. I don't think that's how you spell it, but there it is.
Yokozuna.
Wow, but it still came up right. Thank you, Google. Look at that dude. So he's Samoan, but they're trying to say he's The Rock's mom's brother's kid.
Like for a while, they would put like the classic sumo wrestler like man bun thing up here.
They're like, you gotta be Japanese. It's like, but I'm from Samoa. It's like,
his manager was Mr. Fuji. Was classic.
No, but your manager is Mr. Fuji. You're from Japan.
Close enough, man. You're close enough.
All right, fine. I'll just do it then. Okay. What did we need to? Did we have anybody? Who did someone said something that made me go, oh yeah. What was it? Dave Foley. Let's bring it. We'll just get a picture of Dave Foley too. There we go. Oh, look at Dave. Look at this guy. Wow. Getting older, man. Getting up there. All right. Dave Foley fears arrest. Oh yeah. If anybody doesn't know the story about Dave Foley and his divorce, he was married to this woman who he still pays for what do you call that when you have to pay for
child support?
Not child support, it's something else. It's when you divorce a woman and you still have to pay for alimony. Alimony. He has to pay her alimony that was calculated at a time when he was on news radio, so he was making a lot of money.
A lot of money, yeah. And great show, by the way.
Awesome show. I love that show. Thank you guys so much for telling me. I appreciate that very much. I'll get to these questions, guys. I promise we'll get to the questions here. We actually got to move along here. We're just taking our sweet old time here. But
yeah, Jason, do we have any non-pro wrestling questions here?
He does, actually, I think. Or not. But just to sort of speed this up, he got calculated his income while he was on a network TV show, and then he lost the show and then wasn't making that much more money. So his ex-wife was like, that don't matter. You owe me like $500,000 a month or something. And so Dave Foley had to go and like do whatever he could to raise money to pay his wife, which I'm not talking bad about alimony. I'm not talking bad about anything. It's just, wow. Could you imagine being married to somebody and then having to pay them $500,000 every fucking month because you made a bunch of money for like a little bit of time, and now you have to keep that up? That's crazy, but I don't know. I don't think they had kids. Every fucking month. Yeah. Anyways, not to harp on that. Let's get back to these questions here. So, did you find it substantially easier to learn your second instrument after already being proficient in one, or did you feel like starting at the beginning? Great question, Papa Sweet. Thank you.
It's an amazing question.
Yeah, that's really good.
I'm gonna say I felt like it was hard. So I played drums, guitar, and piano. I guess trombone, but like I'm not gonna count trombone.
But it's not rusty. It's not rusty.
Because I can't. Yeah, it's not rusty. I can't play. Maybe I could. I haven't picked up a trombone in a while, but maybe I could still play it. I'm just gonna count drums, guitar, and piano as the 3 instruments I play, not including voice. Drums was a natural pickup for me, and it was something I just taught myself. Really, I had zero drum lessons. I kind of wish I would have had drum lessons, to be honest, but zero drum. I just self-taught. I took 1 summer of drum lessons when I was maybe like 19, just to see like what new things I can learn, because I was just adventurous. But I would say guitar was probably the second instrument I learned. And I felt like it was harder for me because there's so much difference. Piano, I kind of picked up by myself as well with a little help from my dad. Since he plays piano came a little more natural to me. There's a lot of people that would say that piano and drums are very comparable to each other because piano is very rhythmic with what, you get your right foot, you're hitting the pedal, and you have a lot of percussive elements, I guess, to it, and a couple things happening at once. And I also like about piano is that it's a copy of itself.
Yeah,
it's just linear. Repeated.
Yeah,
it's very linear. Guitar is a little confusing for me. So guitar. I know like very basic guitar stuff. When I'm writing, I kind of just randomly do stuff, and I don't know what it means, to be honest. I'm not that proficient in it. And I think piano is a little easier for my brain to understand like what I'm doing. Like when I add, like if I was playing like a chord in piano and somebody goes, "Oh, that's beautiful," add a 7th to it. Like it would be like immediate. Like I would know exactly what to do. Guitar, it would take me maybe like unless it's like, a C7 or G, something that I've done a bunch of. If I'm playing like a D sharp 7, it would be harder for me to say, or to know what to do on that. So it was like completely learning something new with guitar. I didn't like the at the time when I was a kid, when I was in high school, I didn't love the learning scales thing until I got a little older. So maybe that was because of the times. I was in high school and it was like Blink-182, so I was like, I just need to learn some fucking power chords, man. Like
just 1 in 5, baby. What's up? Coming for you.
Yeah. So I don't know. I don't know if I answered that question. But.
So I mean, then would you say that you use the information from each instrument you learned as you went? Did you use any information from the last instrument you played or learned for the next instrument? Like was the information, were you able to carry over information and carry over ideas and stuff that help you along?
I think anything you mess around with, I think is informative too, especially like me. One of my favorite things, sorry,
this is tight.
It's what's happening is that I'm hitting my, you know what I mean?
We see what's happening, Steve.
You guys see what's happening. So I would say for me, like I'm a songwriter by nature, like which I mentioned earlier. Like I love writing words about different subjects and whatever. So like if I'm gonna write a song, I think I use all of my musical abilities while writing it. So like if I'm writing a song on piano, I'm already thinking of like what my drum beat is gonna be. If I'm writing a song on guitar, I'm already thinking of like just the groove of it. So maybe it's just I'm always thinking of songs I write as a drummer. I'm a very groove oriented songwriter, I guess, probably because of me being a drummer. So like when I'm writing songs, like groove, and I very, very much focus on melody. So it's kind of a combination of all that stuff, I guess.
Did it ever feel like you were starting from the beginning on any of the instruments, or did it sort of all come natural for you?
I think piano came a little more natural, even though I'm not like, I mean, Mike, you're way, I'm not trying to compare myself
it's
or
all
say
good,
that I'm
bro.
a good piano player.
I don't even say I'm a good piano player, so it's all good, bro.
but piano, but you are, but like piano is something that I'm slowly but surely learning, and it's a little easier for me to know. So I know I'm a little more intentional, I think, of what I write on piano than I am on guitar. Guitar is more of like, I'm just messing around with my fingers a little bit, and that sounds cool. And then it's like it's a little more creative expression because I don't know exactly what I'm doing.
Yeah.
And maybe I'm being modest, and maybe I'm being realistic, but I don't know.
I think that's fair. Great answer to a great question. Who's your favorite drummer and why? Moving Dutchman.
This is a classic scenario of I wish they would ask who are your top three.
I'm sure Moving Dutchman would take your top three as well.
I'm going to do top three.
Let's do top three.
So I love the current drummer, Nate Smith, who's played with members of Wolfpack. He currently is on tour with Brittany Howard, who she's the lead singer of Alabama Shakes.
Yes.
So he's an amazing, like, just go to his YouTube page or Instagram page. He's an amazing drummer.
Murder.
So I like him. Growing up, I would say Chad Smith from the Chili Peppers. He's an amazing just funk drummer, just bangs it.
Interesting.
I just love him. And I mean, I'm a Beatles head, but my third would be John Bonham.
I knew Bonham was in there somewhere. I knew it. I could feel it. I could feel Bonham was in there somewhere. Ringo, you know what? Ringo,
he does what he does.
He does what he does. And as simple as he can be, like, he was still coming up with really unique beats. You know, like I've heard so many
come
drummers,
together.
Who was doing that? Like, that was an insane.
No one.
That was beautiful. And you know, I hear so many drummers say that same thing. It's like, you know, well, not the same thing, but like they always give props to Ringo. Like, Ringo doesn't get enough props. He's like, and I always see I'm sure I saw like a Vox video. You know how Vox will do those music things or something like that, where they're like talk to like famous drummers who are just like, dude, and sitting with the beats and stuff, and going over why Ringo was such a huge influence on people. Especially drummers. I mean, shit, man. I used to jam along on the drum set to Ringo Starr and shit. Like, I mean, because some of it was really easy, and I mean and then come together. That who wasn't as a drummer? Who isn't trying to do that? You know, like at one point in your life, you're gonna try to play that.
You know who's a late bloomer? Love for me is Levon Helm for the band.
Oh yeah.
From the band.
Yeah.
Like he. Obviously, like, I mean, people would compare me to him because like he does a lot of their lead vocals,
and he has a gruffled voice too.
Gruffled voice, but like, damn, he's a good drummer, like such a good drummer.
Yeah,
great. So I like him a lot.
There you go.
I'm sure I'm surprised there's not many questions about like who's your favorite drummer singer. You know. Top three drummer singers.
Who's your top three drummer singers, Steve?
I mean, Levon Helm, Don Henley.
Don Henley. Phil?
Don Henley's great. From the Eagles.
What about Phil? Leaving out Phil?
I don't love Phil.
Boom, 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 boom.
Am I canceled for that, or?
Yeah. Son of a bitch. Not you, Dusty.
Dang it.
Not you, Dusty. Never Dusty.
Not Dusty, just Steve.
Just Steven. And then who is the third?
I don't know. Who's another good singer?
I don't pay attention.
Are we doing lead vocals or just background?
Well, I mean, you could do background too. I mean, Fishman. What about Fishman?
I'm not a big Fishman guy. Oh. Riley knows that. I'm not a big Fishman guy. Here's actually a group. Hello?
Good groove.
You know that group?
I do.
We good?
Yeah, we're
Yeah,
good.
we're good. This is just a bit I'm doing now, by the way. It's a comedy bit. The
gets
band
funnier
Dawes,
every time. I'm sorry.
the band Dawes from LA.
They're actually from San Diego, I think, and they moved to LA.
Okay,
they got their start in San Diego. Yeah.
Yeah, so like the lead guitar player and the drummer are brothers, so they got that brother harmony thing. So the drummer does like harmony. He's an amazing drummer, does great harmonies. They just did actually, just to kind of connect this to the jam band scene. Most of the members of Dawes, I think everyone but the bass player, just played. Obviously, it's without the bass player. Just played with Phil Lesh from The Dead for like a 3-night thing, and I think it was in Nashville.
Damn, that's tight.
And they put, yeah, it was like I think they bill it as like Phil Lesh. Ooh, I'm at 10% battery, by the way.
Damn you, Steve. We still got to pick my next single.
I was charging while you were showing all these other videos, so I'm in good shape, I think, still. But
hey, no, you pulled it through, man. I mean, like when we agreed to do this, it was like 3 to 5, so like you made it happen, son.
I'm doing it, dude.
You fulfilled your side of the deal,
living it up.
Hey, Dave Grohl. People keep on saying Dave Grohl, but he's not a drummer. Like he doesn't necessarily sing from behind the drums, right? When he's singing. He sings in front of with the guitar and stuff. So I don't know. I mean, I'm sure he can sing and drum just fine, and I'm sure he's done it in the past. But I'm thinking that I don't know if I would go as far as to say that Dave Grohl is a drummer.
He's not. No.
Boom. It's been confirmed, folks. So we got a couple more questions. Oh, we gotta do the Baby Yoda interview. Okay, so we gotta summon Baby Yoda. Everyone, help me summon Baby Yoda. If you have the Baby Yoda emote, let's see it. I know it's a bit emote, so don't feel bad if you don't have it. Yeah, the Baby Yoda, please, I am summoning you, Baby Yoda, Baby Yoda. Grogu, are you there?
Hi.
Hey, what's up, Baby Yoda? Boom, there he is, everybody. Baby Yoda is here. What's going on, Baby Yoda? How you doing?
No, nothing really. I was mostly playing Spacecraft.
Spacecraft. Ooh, nice. Thank you, Moving Dutchman, for throwing that, Baby Yoda. And that pizza. Oh, you went out and got Kelvin's pizza? That's tight, pizza. That's tight, Pizza Jams. Baby Yoda, do you have a question for today's guest, Stephan Mizer of Cactus Jack?
Yes.
Okay.
What is your favorite thing to do?
Ooh, what is your favorite thing to do, Stephan Mizer of Cactus Jack?
It's a very loaded question, Baby Yoda.
It can be, I guess.
There's a lot of ways I can answer that, baby. Can I call you baby?
Can he call you baby, Baby Yoda?
Yes.
There you go. Yes, you can.
All right, baby with 2 Y's, I guess it would be.
Baby with an I.
Baby with an I.
There you go.
My favorite thing to do, I just like to, I mean, I'm not going to go like the music route because I think that's boring. I mean, you guys know I play music. I'm not going to say like, well, like my favorite thing to do is play drums in my band. Like you guys get that. Besides that, I would say just being around people that I like and enjoy is something that is very, very invaluable to me.
Oh.
So baby, if you're thinking of a way to go about your life, baby, you need to surround yourself with people that inspire you and you have fun with, because I think that's that makes your life. Like just being around people that you enjoy talking to. Like I enjoy talking to Mike. I enjoy talking with just anyone who just can have a silly conversation and whatever. Like that's just, to me, that's the best. So that's my answer, baby. why.
So there you go. Baby Yoda. Stephen likes hanging out with his friends and family. That's his favorite thing to do. What do you think of that? Do you think that's a cool thing to do?
Yeah.
Yeah. What's your favorite thing to do, Baby Yoda?
Mostly play spacecraft.
Just play spacecraft? That's your favorite thing to do? It's not hanging
Is that
out?
like is that like Minecraft, baby? Why?
It
Yeah.
is. Yes, it is like Minecraft, yes. But it's spacecraft. Spacecraft. Baby Yoda, do you have another question for today's guest?
Yes.
Okay, go ahead.
What is your favorite color?
Ooh, Stephen, what is your favorite color?
Can I do top 3, baby? I'm just kidding. I would say it is the color blue. It has evolved as I've gotten older, but I would say the color blue.
Blue. Ooh.
Or black. I like black.
Ooh,
sometimes too.
Black. Blue or black?
Solid choice.
That's solid choice. I think so too. Baby Yoda, is there what's your favorite color?
It's got to be green, right?
Is it green?
Red.
Red.
Ooh, curveball, baby.
Dang, there you go. Baby Yoda has a leg up on knowing good peeps. I would say so, Penny. I'd say so. The classic bruise colors. Baby Yoda, thank you so much. I'm sorry. Stephen, is there a question that you have for Baby Yoda?
I do have a question, yes. Just go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead.
All right, so Baby Yoda, I have a question for you. Are you ready?
Are you ready for Stephen's question, Baby Yoda?
Yes.
All right.
What is if somebody were to give you $1 million and said, make me a painting that I can hang on my wall, what thing or things would you include in your painting?
Ooh, great question. Baby Yoda, if someone gave you $1 million to create a painting, what would be the thing or things that you would paint on your painting?
I'd probably paint a portrait.
Portrait of
Portrait of me.
Oh, Baby Yoda self-portrait. All right, dig it.
There it is, everybody. Everybody, give Baby Yoda a round of applause. Thank you so much, Baby Yoda, for coming on and sharing your words of wisdom with us. You have a great rest of your day, buddy. See you later. All right. Yes, Baby Yoda. Indeed. That was thank you, Baby Yoda. We appreciate you and for being here, doing that huge. We really like it. We're going until Steven's phone dies, everybody. Because
I get a battery update?
Yeah. What's the battery update?
Oh, we're at 6. We're good.
Oh, hell yeah. We got a few more questions left here. So
okay.
Good top 3, but really just wanted your favorite Tom Petty song.
Okay, so I love the album Wildflowers.
Me too.
Good. That's that's a top 5 album of all time for me. So
it's probably one of
I would say Crawling Back to You, which is on that one, is in my favorite Tom Petty songs. I would say Don't Come Around Here No More is a good one. And I would say that's really hard because Tom Petty's so good.
Yeah, amazing. R.I.P.
Rest in peace, Tom. Probably just like a pop. Maybe even just I know it's one of his bigger hits, but I would probably go with Free Fallin' because it's simple and beautiful. I read a biography about Tom Petty, so I kind of have like a understanding of why he did the things he did with songwriting.
That's dope. I love seeing Tom Petty at the Firefly Fest a few years back. 60,000 people rocking. It was tripping.
Amazing.
I was tripping.
He's the best.
I was tripping in the forest next to it, listening since it was so intense with all those people. Yeah, I feel you. Sometimes it's better to just stay at the campsite and listen from afar. Fuck being in that crowd sometimes. You don't know how it feels. Yeah, you don't know how it feels.
That's a good one, too. That's a really good one.
Yeah, you don't know how it feels
to be me.
Dude, there's a song on that. I think it's Wildflower. I think I love, like, the song Wildflowers itself is just so fucking, just beautiful. I did that for Metallica.
Gorgeous.
Nice. Yeah, dude, Metallica. I could imagine Metallica taking down Metallica all tripped out. Like, fuck. Yeah, I don't know. Chilled at the campsite. I get that. I get that. All right, we got to keep it moving before the phone dies here. Where is your swag sold? Okay, your favorite today, I did put in a link, and I'm so sorry, guys, that I didn't have this shit ready. Like I said, I'm a fucking mess today. So there is their Instagram. I know how much you guys hate Facebook, so there's their Instagram. You can go there and link with most of everything they do. Do you guys have T-shirts and stuff?
So we're in the process of having somebody design it. We had a T-shirt catastrophe that we had some T-shirts that were done.
The T-shirt
catastrophe. They weren't done very well. So now we're trying to make some T-shirts. But if you have Spotify, Apple Music, best way to support us is to listen to our first album, which is Welcome to Jackland. And then, like Mike said, like he likes our acoustic album is On the MAnistee, which we were not able to label a live acoustic album because we were not in front of people. Even though we did it we did it straight live, like just straight takes. There's some raw moments there vocally. There's some raw moments. I'm sure Riley has some stuff on guitar you'd rather redo, but we couldn't. Spotify wouldn't let us. Or all of we couldn't label it a live album because it was not in front of people, which is interesting, but
it is
whatever.
That is
anyway. So yeah, just listen to our music on whatever streaming thing you like.
I'm dropping the Spotify right now, guys. So go and link up on Spotify with these guys. You can definitely listen and stream their music right now. Their last album that they released is pretty dope too. Oh yes, people love animals here. So what's the kitty's name?
Flanders. His name's Flanders.
Yes, Flanders.
Damn it, Flanders.
Damn it, Flanders. Okay, waffles or pretzels? Now I have to preface this question. This is from Wild But Sober. We're talking about the freshly baked waffles with the salt and the cheese of the dips or whatever you want. Not those shitty little, I don't even know what they call them, but the little cracker
Eggo waffles kind of thing.
Yeah, fuck those things. We're talking about fresh baked stuff. I got 6 in care right now. Oh my gosh. Well, I'm sorry to hear that. I hope they get better. I don't know what you're talking about. You're talking to Bonnie. Oh my gosh. Sorry. I don't know what you guys are talking about. I missed it. I'm just interjecting wherever I feel like it. Mighty, thank you so much for giving Pizza Jams a sub. I appreciate you. Okay, so after that explanation, waffles or pretzels?
Soft pretzels or hard pretzels?
No, I just told you soft pretzels. Soft baked pretzels, bro.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I was busy with Flanders. I'm gonna go soft pretzels.
Okay, there it is, everybody. Pretzel gang.
Yeah,
pretzel gang.
German, but I guess Germans love waffles too. So
yeah, they love waffles. They love all kinds of treats. Coffee or chocolate? You'll have to leave one for the rest of your life. Oh, you'll have to leave one for the rest. Damn, Wild But Sober, you're coming for him today. All right, so coffee or chocolate, and you have to leave one behind forever.
It's easy. I'm gonna keep coffee for sure.
Yeah, I would say coffee too because chocolate is like.
I love chocolate, but
it's
coffee,
great.
Come on.
Like I don't need sugary sweets. I need something that fucking gets me going.
Yeah.
All right, last question. Did you find it easier to write when you're in a bad... Oh, do you find it easier to write when you're in a bad headspace? If not, what kind of mental state do you prefer to be in to write? And that is from Jason Tyler Black, who... Thank you very much, Jason, for doing that. That was a great question. So go ahead.
Great, yeah. I find it easier to write when I'm not in a great headspace, but I enjoy it more when I'm in a positive headspace. So, like, for example, one of the songs I wrote for Cactus Jack, I don't want to say I wrote the lyrics and melody to for Cactus Jack.
He wrote it.
It's called it's called Lemonade. So like I didn't write the music to it. We kind of wrote it as a group. And I told Riley, so it's called Lemonade because of the lyrics that I wrote, but I told Riley, I read something about, I think Ben Folds, if you guys know Ben Folds.
I do.
He said something like one of the practices he does to kind of keep his songwriting up to par, I guess, is to sometimes just, you write lyrics and you just spew them out, and you maybe have a song that would maybe need, let's just say, for example, 3 verses. So you would write maybe 4, 5, 6 different verses, but just spew out whatever you have.
Stream of consciousness.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Stream of consciousness. And so I did that, and I wrote 4 verses for the song called Lemonade. And the first 3 that I wrote, I loved so much. And those are the ones that like we use for the band. So I was in a very good headspace for that. Just to give you insight on myself, like I'm not the kind of person that's ever in like a very low headspace. I have moments of my life where I may be down or whatever, but I'm a pretty positive person. I'm lucky. I don't suffer with like depressive thoughts and things like that. Respect for people that have to deal with that. But obviously I write songs too when I'm feeling down about, whatever, like, your grandparents pass away, or, you get in a fight with your significant other and you want to lay some thoughts down, whatever. I just enjoy writing more so in a mindset of, here I am right now, and here are the words that I'm spewing out. And it's typically based off of like, what am I trying to achieve with the words that I'm spewing out, I guess, for lack of better terms. I've repeated that a bunch, but great question, Jason. I think I rambled a little bit and didn't answer that super eloquently, but
no, I thought that was great, especially that because you gave sort of an idea of how to approach songwriting too.
Yeah,
that's a great way of going about it. I worked with a rapper, Tory T. That's how he wrote rhymes. He would sort of, if he would figure out like what the song's about, and then he would just start writing, and it would just be stream of consciousness, and it'd almost be like almost everything he knows about the subject. And it could make sense, or it couldn't make sense, or it could just be an idea, or it could just be words that rhymed randomly that came to head. But he would go through, write over the beat, go, and then come back and edit. And then out of those things, you sort of can pick and sort of move stuff around and edit it around and create a song out of that. I think that's a bit of advice.
I think it's beautiful to write like that though too, because then you can also, I'm saying this like figuratively, like copy and paste stuff. So if you're like, I love this little 2-line thing that I wrote, and I'm going to use that somewhere else. Or like I've written songs, like I wrote this song called Bronco. I wrote the music to that too for my band Cactus Jack, and there was a few verses where like I started like evolving the song, and then eventually I noticed there was like themes happening at like the beginning of one verse and the ending of the second verse. So I was like, you know what? I'm just going to copy paste this. I'm going to take out the end of the second verse and put it into the, so it's like, you start like, I don't know if that's like on purpose or whatever it is, but like it becomes a thing where you're like, there's something inside of you that just, you continue the process and you're done when you're done. So if you like what you wrote and you like the theme that you made, cool. If not, you keep exploring it a little bit. If that makes sense.
It does. I mean, because only the artist knows when the work is done. So you just sort of have to keep working at it and refining it until you sort of come to that understanding. It's like what sucks is for some musicians and some writers is like they don't know when it's done. like they have a hard time finishing stuff because it's like, I don't know, maybe I need to add stuff, or maybe they lost momentum, maybe, there's all kinds of things why songs don't get done. But a lot of it could just be just Mike Jones.
But I don't like, I think the biggest thing, if I were to like, if there's like, I don't know if there's like, what's your demographic here for this podcast? Like, is it?
It's. I mean, for
age wise,
it's actually it's weird because, well, no, it actually is. It goes across boards because there's the Twitch stream and then there's like the audio release, which is on its own like thing, like which has a way bigger audience. No offense, guys.
Yeah.
But you guys are known to way more people than you are to yourself. Steve's phone died. No. Damn. Well, that's it, guys. Stephan Mizer, everybody. Oh shit. Well, I guess we won't be playing games today. But yeah, I know. We sucked up all his juice. Well, we'll give him love. It's okay, everybody. We'll figure it out. But okay, so I don't have games, but I do want help. I'm trying to figure out what I should release next. And I don't know if you guys would be interested in trying to help me what to release next. So I was going to make a poll and I was going to play some songs that I want to release. It's not going to be a funny song. Well, it can be a funny song. So let me